And just like that, the Champions League draw for the round of 16 is finally upon us. And based on our recent performances in the round of 16, I was expecting a really tough team. There were quite a bit of teams that I was wanting to avoid, PSGs, your Inters, even RB Leipzig. But thankfully, by the luck of the draw, we get Portuguese team FC Porto, who had a fairly easy group. I think it was Barcelona, it was Shakhtar, and some other team. Porto didn't comfortably make it into the knockout stages. They just made it in over Shakhtar, and they didn't really look good throughout the Champions League season so far. They haven't been bad, but it's Porto. I mean, what more can you say of them? I would be lying to you guys if I don't expect us to win both games quite comfortably, especially the one at home. Sometimes going to the Dragao is a tough place to play, but I mean, it's Arsenal. I expect us to get out of the round of 16 for the first time in what feels like forever. And after our draws with Bayern in the round of 16, I'm just so glad we didn't draw a tough team. But I'll take it. It easily could have been a much harder draw for us. Again, I think going to the Dragao, it's going to be a little bit tougher than we may anticipate. It is a round of 16 game in the Champions League, so it's not going to be that easy. Porto does have some good players, but I mean, come on, man. We want to go far into the Champions League. I want a semi-final appearance, and I'll take it. But a round of 16 tie against Porto, I mean, you have to take it every day of the week. And like I said, we really could have been stuffed by the draw. I mean, we had a 20% chance of landing Leipzig. And for a lot of you guys may not think Leipzig is much harder than Porto, but I really think Leipzig is a tough team. And going to Germany to play them away would have been a tough ask. PSG, I don't really have to explain how difficult of a matchup that would have been. Inter Milan, a really difficult matchup. Napoli could have been tricky. Lazio, probably the same as Porto. So I think looking at everyone we could have drawn, obviously Copenhagen is on paper the easiest team to go out and beat. But after Copenhagen, you have Porto and Lazio probably on the same tier. Then it's Napoli, Inter, PSG, and Leipzig. So I actually think we are quite lucky. We got quite lucky with this draw. I will take it 10 times out of 10. I don't want to necessarily say this is going to be a walkover, but in theory it should be, especially if we bring in some January recruits, say Ivan Toney, say Douglas Luiz. We should be able to go into Portugal, smash them, and look good at home as well. And if we get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, I know maybe this is small club mentality from me, but I'll be so gassed. I want a semi-finals appearance, but it's one step at a time. And right now, round of 16, if we can get through the round of 16, we should be good to go. Then we'll be one tie away, 2 games away from making it to the semi-finals. But one step at a time. FC Porto, round of 16. Of course, Man City got an easy draw in Copenhagen, who I would have loved, but I suppose someone had to play them, and it ended up being Man City. Surprise, surprise. But also one thing I think a lot of people are forgetting, that it's literally just us and Man City for England. No other English teams are in the round of 16. You have countless amount of Spanish teams, 3 German teams, 2 Italian teams, but there's only 2 English teams. Very disappointing. But listen, I'll take FC Porto. Again, I would have maybe preferred Copenhagen, maybe Lazio, I don't know, but I'm taking FC Porto. We easily could have had a much harder draw in other teams, but I'm going to take FC Porto. The first game of the tie will be in the Dragao on the 13th of February, and then we will be playing the second leg at home on the 5th of March. And I think I would much rather be playing the second leg at home in case we do go and F up the first leg. We have a home crowd and a home ground advantage to go and try and make things right. But I'll take it. I'm very happy with the draw. Let me know in the comments what do you guys think about the draw. How do you expect us to do in the round of 16? Be sure to let me know in the comments below. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.